Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to be talking about permutations. So to start off, what is a permutation? Well, if you Google it, you get some really complicated, technically sounding definitions. But the way I think about it, a permutation is just a reordering of something. It's a rearrangement of some objects. So let's write that down. A permutation is a reordering of some objects. And you can permute any sort of objects. So for example, let's say we've got some cupcakes going. I've got banana bread, rainbow, red velvet. I'm trying to decide what order I want to eat them in. Well, we can reorder the cupcakes depending on what order we want to eat them in. So maybe I want to do banana bread, then rainbow, then red velvet. Or maybe I can permute them, and maybe instead I can do it in this order. I can do rainbow, red velvet, banana bread. Or maybe I really like red velvet, I want to eat it first, so I can permute it again. And now this time, I will eat it in red velvet, rainbow, banana bread order. So that's an example of some permutations. I've permuted these cupcakes. A really common example of a permutation is shuffling cards. So whenever you shuffle a deck of cards, you're permuting all 52 of them. So here's a fun fact. Permutations can't add or delete, right? So you're just shuffling cards. When you shuffle a deck of cards, right, you're not taking cards out and adding cards in. You're just rearranging the cards you have. So if we look at some examples, right, so this here, going from banana bread to rainbow to red velvet, to rainbow, banana bread, red velvet, this is a valid permutation, right? All I've done is I've just changed the order of the banana bread and rainbow up front. So this works. I haven't added or deleted. This doesn't work as a permutation because I started with 3 over here, but now I have 2, right? I've deleted the rainbow. So that doesn't work as a permutation. Similarly, you can't add to permutations. So over here, I start with my 3 cupcakes, but now all of a sudden I've got 4. I've doubled up on that red velvet that I love so much. But you can't do that with a permutation. You can't add them. And lastly, you can't swap things out for permutations. So even though on the left over here, I have 3 cupcakes, and over here on the right, I have 3 cupcakes, they're not the same set of objects, right? Over here, I've got 2 red velvet, and over here, I only have 1. So that doesn't work. It needs to be the same cupcakes on both sides. Here's another fact. Permutations, any permutation you can come up with, it can be done with swaps. So if you take any permutation, you can figure out a way to get to that permutation just by repetitively doing simple swaps. So let's look at that in action. So let's say I've got these colored marbles, blue, yellow, green, pink. And on the left, I've got them in this order. And on the right, I've permuted them, and now they're in a different order. So let's see if we can recreate this permutation with just some swaps. So I'm going to start with my blue, yellow, green, pink order. And let's go ahead and, let's swap the green and the blue first. So let's swap them out, and now we get green, yellow, blue, pink. Okay. Now let's go ahead and swap the yellow and the pink. So when I swap that, now I get green, pink, blue, yellow. Okay, and I think we're almost to where we want to be. So I think we just need to swap green here and the yellow here. So swap them out, and let's see. Now we get yellow, pink, blue, green. And I think that's the order we wanted. Yellow, pink, blue, green. Yeah, that works. So we went from this permutation to this one using just swaps. So a question you can ask yourself about these permutations is, what's the smallest number of swaps you need to go from one permutation to another? And what's sort of a good strategy? Like if you wanted to just use swaps for a permutation, what's a good strategy? Like what swap should you do first? So think about it.